Hi, PPGBish plays here in a new quick review of this game called Steelrising. The game came out around 2022 from a French studio, and I'm testing it on my desktop, on my computer, as always. So the game frankly has a few issues regarding the VRAM usage and regarding the hard drive activity. You can see at the bottom of the screen certain specs. You can see the game name, which is Steelrising. You can see the CPU usage, the RAM usage, the GPU, VRAM usage around 12 gigs, and I am still in the main menu. Like, what the hell? Shared memory usage and GPU usage. But the most important thing here, the most important problem that we have to keep our eyes on here has to do with IO, which is the hard drive activity. So unfortunately this game will not run on a mechanical hard drive. So before I got my an 8 terabyte NVMe SSD Gen 4, I tested the game. I installed the game on a mechanical hard drive, and the game did not even run. It was so slow. It took like 3 minutes to load to the game, and whenever I turn the camera, it takes ages. I had like 2 or 3 FPS. I was like, what is this? Until I got this new SSD, I installed it on it. But before that, I actually, since I have 128 gigs of RAM, I copied the game into the RAM itself. So the game is around 67 gigs, and I have 128 gigs, as you can see here. So I use a program called RAM disk to copy the game itself to the RAM, since the RAM is much faster, and the game basically ran fine. So again, if you intend to install this garbage in a mechanical hard drive, just forget it. This is one of the games that if you have an SSD, it will work. If you don't, just don't get it. So here I'm giving you the good and the bad and the ugly as well, as always. Regarding these games I intend to review like every day. So like I said here, if we read this real quick, it says game have serious issues in performance regarding the hardware with unjustified use of VRAM. Here you can see I just loaded the game. I'm barely sitting in the main menu and it is using 12 gigs, which is horrendous. And next it says issues appear on high-end hardware too. Like me, the game just consumed too much VRAM. Like you can see there. Put texture, it says put texture on normal to fix it. But the problem here, the story, long story short, since I have a 4060 Ti, so let me show you my specs real quick. I do have a 5950X, I do have 128 gigs of RAM, I do have dual GPUs here, 4060 Ti 16 gigs, and I have dual of them. The game, as you can see, is running on the main one, and it is using 12 gigs already at the main menu, while other programs are using the remaining 1 gig or whatever. If I go to display setting, you can see here that I am running an unusual beast of a command center. I actually have like 7 monitors here, and I have the game running here, OBS is running here. So I actually have a beast, one of the beast of a piece of hardware, like they said here. So like I said, long story short, I was looking for games that actually use the VRAM at its maximum, and I came up with this game. So here we go. Next it says DLSS. You have to use DLSS because the game runs so badly, even though it is installed on an NVMe SSD. as a help again, it says you have to set the model detail to something lower than the max to get extra performance, which is really really bad to say here. The good thing at least is the game runs, the game accepts my PS4 controller. So if we go to options, then go to video, you can see that I am running the game at 1080p borderless windowed. I have VSync on with 60 Hz, and if we go to advanced, you can see how much VRAM I have, which is around 16 gigs, and the video memory right now is around 13 gigs being used. That's what the OSD on the top left says as well. I have to use the LTSC quality, so it's as if I'm running the game at 720p now. Model, I have everything maxed out, and I turned off ray tracing. Ray tracing is broken in this game. Ray traced shadows, it does not really matter. It's hard to see the difference if you are into ray traced shadows, but if you want to see the reflections of places like windows, for example, windows are rarely shown in the game, especially if I start the game from the start. I will be going through a labyrinth, and I will be going through like trees and green, so there is no window there to see myself in. Anyways, let's start the game from the start, right? Let's do enable assist. I'm not sure how this assist will assist basically. We use assist, so I am using a PS4 controller like I said, and assist helps if the game is like an FPS game. When you try to shoot guns, for example, you want the reticle to be as close to the enemy instead of using the keyboard and mouse basically. So this is the start. What I want you to keep your eyes on is the IO 192. Keep looking at the IO levels. That's how much data the game circles or goes through from the hard drive. 300 megs.
The rabble are rioting. This is the price to be paid for spoiling
99, 30, 100. It doesn't make sense. The way the game loads the assets, it will never stop. It doesn't stop.
I think he is somehow involved in these events.
Oh, come now, Marie. True, he can be misguided.
You will see it at some point when I start playing. The fact that you turn, every time you turn the camera, the game loads assets or whatever it does. Long story short is that the game keeps going through the hard drive. It's like it is streaming the textures non-stop.
At least we are safe.
Safe, Vraiment? Where are the Chateau Guards?
We are still protected. The king just preferred to use a different sort of guard.
Guards? Or jailers? They won't even let us leave this room, Gabrielle. The king? He has lost his mind to grief. First our darling, Sophie.
So again, this is 1080p DLSS quality, no ray tracing. If I were to turn on ray tracing, I would be playing at 30 FPS, which is a joke.
Something inside me is crying out, telling me he's still
14 gigs of VRAM, wow.
I think I hear him calling to me. I'm so afraid.
What do you feel?
I recall
Everything. Everything
some
horrifies me.
players who have the
King's wrath.
4090
His
with
army of
24
indefatigable
gigs.
automats that
They
the
try
Shadow
to play the
Vaucanson has
game
built
at
for him.
4K, and they were using
The
like
shafted
19,
Budweising, who
21
are now
gigs of
more
VRAM, which is
powerful
really
than
crazy.
ministers. What happened to my son? What will happen to the children that God has deigned to leave in my care?
I won't let any harm come to them.
And the
This
fact that
I
the game
promise you.
came out like around 2022,
But how?
which is
Do
like
you not see that we're prisoners here?
3 years
All is
ago,
not
and they
lost.
did
You
not
forget
fix
about the
these
one automat that is not hostile to us.
problems.
This new bodyguard of yours.
So first you start like this, nearly 14 gigs in the main menu again, and you play as this robot. You can change the character, clothes and everything. You have presets. So let's not take too much time here and just go straight to the gameplay. Here you can change the, how do you say it? It's like in Battlefield when you choose between the different soldiers. You are either a bodyguard and you have the set of skills, or soldier or dancer or alchemist. And you can see the different skills here. And the game plays like a Souls basically.
It is now
You have a
7
stamina, you have to keep
Understand what we say to it?
evading the enemies, try to defend and attack
Yes,
next.
but it is loyal to you. That's all that matters. If it managed to escape the chateau, it could be your eyes and ears in Paris.
You know, even
And if,
at that point
perchance,
where I was
the other automats were
choosing
to go
the
after it,
character's
You
clothing,
won't attempt
everything,
anything foolish.
it would
I
be
can't
like
lose
10
you, Abby.
FPS if you
Not
had the
now.
game installed on a hard drive. It won't turn like straight away with 60 FPS or 50 smooth
Aegis? Madame,
experience. You won't have it as a smooth
the
experience.
king must be stopped.
the very kingdom is at stake.
Go and find Vaucanson at his workshop, Ni les Invalides. He surely holds the secret to these tireless automats. And perhaps he will know something about the death of my son.
How am I to leave the chateau grounds, madame?
Go to the riverbank, at the far side of the grounds. From there you can take a boat to Paris.
So this is the first chapter where
You
I have
wanted to
to
find
cross
Vaucanson,
this
very well.
labyrinth.
What if he is the one who is responsible for this unrest?
What Vaucanson has done, ma chère, only Vaucanson can undo.
So this is basically the game. Let's see. Like I said before, the ray tracing, you won't see any negligible benefits if you turn on ray tracing, except if you are like next to places like mirrors and you want to see your reflection. Otherwise, you will just have a bad experience. We know that ray tracing takes like half of your FPS. So here you can see that the game is just in this corner. The game is using 67, 70 now, 50, 70% of the GPU power, right? And I have, let's say, 60 FPS, okay? So if I go to options, go to advanced and turn on this horrendous ray tracing, enabled, confirm. it's really hard to tell. Sometimes the, how do you say it? Sometimes the options that you validate, they don't validate really until you restart the level. Here at least you can see some of your reflection. Not 100% face and all, but you can see something. It went back to 14 gigs. You have seen when I validated it, it went back to 9 gigs. Earlier when I was fighting some guys like this guy, it went to 30 FPS. That's what I'm waiting for it to show. Let me go back and at least here you can see the difference in the shadows. Let's turn off this ray tracing option. Let's see the shadows on the floor. There's no difference, right? Which means I have to restart the level so you can see the effects taking place, right? We have basically to restart the level. Anyways, let's see how you fight these guys. R1 light attack, R2 heavy attack, okay? Charged. This is the big attack, and you have the stamina level. Okay, that's like health. Boom. That's like a potion. It's like the herbs in Resident Evil. Like I said earlier, I was looking for games that have really sharp textures to benefit from using my 16 gigs GPU. And I came across this one. As you can see, the floor, the rocks, the only thing that it lacks is, for example, is the dirt, so that when you run, for example, it must show dirt on the floor, or it must show the small rocks like thrown away when you are running, for example, instead of having this normal floor. It's like a flat texture. As you can see, the game is very smooth here. There is no reflection. So the objective, I guess, is to exit this place and go to the harbor. What did I do? I'm not used to the Souls type of gameplay. I pushed square. I thought I would be fighting them with square instead of R1, R2. So yeah, I'm not used to the Souls playstyle, basically. Here, if you go behind him, you can surprise him. So personally, I came from the school of Devil May Cry and similar games like that. God of War, the first God of War. So I don't like the fact of having that stamina and the fact that I have to wait for it to refill so I can attack. That's not my the way I enjoy these games. Oopsie. I actually had the opportunity to do one shot kill. Like this. So after like the souls came out, like you can see copy after copy after copy of the same playstyle. Little to no innovation at all, which sucks. You can see so many games having the same formula. You fight like this and you go somewhere here. This is where you save and you upgrade and you all that. 33 FPS, wow. Yeah, look at that frame time. Also look at the transfer. Here you can upgrade. How many I have? Where is the... Yeah, I do have like 420. It's time, right? 420. And what can I buy? Nothing? Cool. Like before, not the last game I played. The one before it was Stellar Blade, and I remember it had the same way to play. I mean, there is this place where you save and you upgrade. That's why I said earlier, most games nowadays are just a copy of a copy of a copy. I can't go there. Where did this guy came from? I thought I cleared this area. Maybe he came from there. So basically you have to remember how you remember basically the animations. Like for example, you have the heavy attack, the distance between you and the enemy, and then this is the light attack. The heavy attack, it takes time, and the distance again between you and the enemy. You have to take that into consideration while crafting your strategy. Oh boy. Personally, I prefer games that show you, that gives you a glimpse of the story. I don't like the type of games that in which you just keep going, one mission, after another without a clear objective. As long as they are coming one after another, I can deal with them. Okay, so let's just do this chapter. I'm getting bored already. See how crisp the textures. This is what I liked about it. The floor and the green, basically. I wish I have the time to play it. This is where I stopped earlier when I was testing it. There is this wall and I need like a new weapon. It's like in Prince of Persia when you get the final sword with which you break walls. So that's where I basically stopped. New area, the basket. Stealth attack. Okay, the stealth attack I wanted to do earlier. Bro, I can't jump? Okay. You can see the red behind her. That's how they tell you your stamina is about to... Oopsie. Yeah, square. Okay, this is a new type of enemy, right? You can see if you run, your stamina also depletes. Let's go to those boxes. Okay. Like I said, the kind of games I prefer are the ones that have clear objective. It's either an ultimate objective that you work on for the whole game, or like small objectives, and they should be explicit about it. I mean, if it's a Red Dead Redemption and you can just go to places and have fun, that's another thing. Yeah, I did not come here, right? See, again, you just have to plan your fighting sequence. Those boxes in God of War. How many? Polinia cap. And what was that? We actually have map, wow. Map of Paris. Open. Okay, so I guess the game, the whole game will be played here in Paris, right? I just have to go from town to neighborhoods, right? Character main quest. Reach the banks of the Seine. Okay. Yeah, it's like maybe it's the objective is to reach this point, I guess. This is where I wanted to jump earlier, right? Yeah, and I couldn't. Yeah. There is the place I upgrade. Let's go try to upgrade. Again, I'm just testing the game here. I'm not planning to do a long gameplay, so we are just going through the mechanics and all. I have 1100 durability, vigor, engineering. Let's do agility. Here I can buy health potions and all. Equipment, trousers, boot, hat. It adds up. Oh. That one comes with a penalty. Yeah, this one as well. Let's do this. I guess first I need to find... Oh, 30 FPS. These guys don't finish. It's like those... It's like if you kill him, he respawns again. Overheating. Yeah, overheating and rapid cooling. Now I'll just keep it like that. Showing you that mechanic in the little circle in her back is kinda cool. Instead of just showing the bar. Finish him. Okay, if the enemies respawn... Okay, this thing sucks, really. It doesn't make sense. The enemies should not respawn. It's not like I went to, like... for example, if I completed this mission, for example, and came back here in chapter, let's say 7 or 8, it would be normal for these guys to show up again. But the fact that just I went to the other side and they came back again, it doesn't make sense. So there is a difference between changing the chapter and between just going to somewhere else and come back. It's not like even though I did not even go this far. So So this is a big bad point for me. I see that some people may use this kind of mechanic to play the system and gain more points, so they can upgrade faster. It actually reminds me of those games back in the Game Boy Advance, for example. Game Boy Advance era. If you play games like Dragon Ball, for example, or if you play Zelda, you just keep spamming, going back and forth through the maps, so you can kill these guys, so you can make more money, so you can buy whatever you want. But here, 2026, I mean, let's say even 2022. Is this a human? 2022, and you have this kind of gameplay. It's the same as the Game Boy Advance era. Oh, so I can actually change. What is this? Grade efficient ventilation. This one longevity module. Okay, for this ventilation, it helps with the stamina. Maybe while the other one helps with the health bar. Maybe it will go less faster. I will receive maybe less damage, something like that. I will also receive less FPS. See, the game is not stable at all. Again, look at the usage, look at the I/O, the last value. Here, look at this last value. Look at the top one, the game itself. Look when I turn. 300 megabytes, 200, 300, 200, 220, 400. What the hell? I'm doing nothing. I'm just turning the camera left and right, and you can see the amount of transfer. So again, if you have the game installed on a mechanical hard drive, just forget playing this game at all. It would be like 1 FPS when you turn the camera like that, because the mechanical hard drive runs at best at 120, 130, while you can see at some point I used like 400 megabytes transfer in that second. I can't tell if those are actual humans or robots like me.
The Swiss Guard, killed by the automats that replaced them.
Oh boy. This is like the statue in God of War 2, the one that lets you stop the time. Even the atmosphere when you first come here, that's what I had in mind actually. I came here, I saw the atmosphere change like this. I was like, this must be another God of War reference. Defeat the unstable automat to activate the vessel. Okay, that must be the new enemy type, the big one, I guess. Oopsie. Bro, I turned. Now I can see. Here we go. What? What? Okay, let's see. Remember the box I found here? I will go straight to it just to see if they saved my progress or if I have to do all I have just done earlier. So I went left, I went right. Let's see if that box is still here. These guys never... Okay, the box is open, which means that part of the game is saved. What about the other box? There is another box on the left side, right? Is it somewhere here? If it is just about going to... Nice. If it is just going through this map and run, it's cool. Okay, that box, the other box is open. If it is about fighting these guys and opening the box again, I would have like shut down the game, shut down the computer, and shut down the whole house. Power. He even has a... Bro, I evaded. The others came. Here we go. It's as if this guy's not enough. Come on, we can do it. Ah. Okay, let's do it the last time then. Hopefully I will kill him this time. I only have two you know what? Let me kill these guys. That was a bad decision. Yeah, that was a bad decision. I wanted to kill them to get some points and then buy more. Okay, let's see if I have enough money. I need more. No. 100? I have 0 what? Not enough anima. Okay, let's do it for the last time. Bro, turn. I'm supposed to kill you with one shot. I mean, I'm wondering if the game actually works fine on consoles. Or if this problem only shows up on PC. Okay, I will try to concentrate with this guy a little bit more. I mean, the environment, it's hard to see him with this, with all the colors and all. Uh-oh. Come on, that was supposed to be. She's supposed to be a full stalker on him. It's really hard to see with the environment. I'm trying to focus to see the way he moves, so I can study his movements, you know. But it's hard to see with the colors. At this point, you can go through the video if I died so many times. The plan is to reach the final destination in this objective. Yeah, it's a shame I don't have enough health bar or enough potions. See, sometimes I try to do like a full circle behind him, and I end up actually in front of him. Like this. Alright. That's it for me. I would say I have no problem with this type of games, to be honest. I can play it all day long. But now for the graphics, we have seen that the game needs an SSD, and even the SSD can't keep up with the frame pacing. The GPU usage 100%, VRAM, which is unjustified, of course. And mind you, I'm still playing at 1080p DLSS. I wanted to test the game across multiple monitors and 1440p and all, but even if the game runs like this so badly at 1080p DLSS, what do you expect to see at 1440p and 4K? So anyways, I would see you in the next video with a new game. I did install some of the new games, so I'll go one by one. At least now I will delete this one and free like 67 gigs of space, so I can move the other demanding games to the SSD as well. So I hope I see you in the next video. Goodbye.